The Club World Cup final is here this Sunday in beautiful New Jersey. Chelsea will take on the reigning European champions, PSG. We're here to break down some best bets, player props, and a whole lot more on this episode of the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. I'm Andrew Passaro. You can follow me at Andrew Passaro. You can follow the podcast at the Plus Money Pod, and you can like, subscribe, all those other good things. Joining me this week, we've got Jordan and we've got Devin from the Soccer Sharps podcast at the Soccer Sharps, wherever you can find them. Guys, how excited are we for this game on Sunday?
We are very excited. It's all been building up quite nicely to this. I know there are a lot of people out there that are disappointed that it's an all-European final, but being that I am mostly a European soccer capper and fan, I'm pretty happy with it. I think this should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's jump right into it. So we're going to treat this podcast kind of similar to how we did Champions League final. We'll do some game props. We'll do some player props. I have a crazy plus 650 parlay for the game
Let's
that
go.
I actually feel really good about and has been hitting for one of the two teams in this final. So we'll hit all of that and I'll close the show with the MLS both teams to score parlay. I'm starting with first half over 1.5 goals at plus 128. PSG has done that in 4 of their last 6 games. They've been a buzz. Actually, they've done it in 4 of the 6 games at this tournament. They also did it in the Champions League final. So I guess it's 5 of the last 7 at the minimum. Chelsea, it's just 1 of their last 6. But we've just seen this PSG team be a buzzsaw, tear through teams early, get those early goals. I think this would have hit in 9 minutes in the semifinal against Real Madrid. I don't mind first half over 2.5 at plus 440. PSG again has done that in 2 of their last 3. And one other one here, if you're bullish on PSG like I am, PSG to score 2 in the first half is plus 290. They've done that in 3 of the 6 games at this tournament. They obviously did that in the Champions League final. If you really, 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 really want to get crazy with it, them to score 3 in the first half is plus 1220. They've also done that in 2 of their last 3 games. I'm on PSG here in a big way. I don't know about you guys, but I've watched this. I'm a Liverpool fan. I watched PSG rip my heart out in the Champions League. I watched them steamroll through pretty much every English team in the Champions League, and I know Chelsea have some good midfielders. I'm just doubting a lot of the offensive depth from Chelsea to actually score goals in this game and their defense to keep out this PSG, front line that's been lethal. I could be crazy. I could be disagreeing with you guys in a big way. Uh, Jordan, you want to jump in first? Disagree with me big time, or roll with my picks here at all?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with you here, buddy. I completely agree. I was saying to Devin earlier today, if we go back to the Champions League final where PSG beat Inter 5-0, and we take their European games from then until now, right? You've got Inter, Atletico Madrid, Bayern, and Real Madrid. They beat them all on an aggregate score of 15-0. And Chelsea are somehow going to be the ones to stop that. I don't see it. Chelsea have had kind of a cakewalk to get here. Probably the toughest team they played was Flamengo, and they lost to them. And I know they were down to 10 men in the second half, but they were already losing at that point. I'm with you. PSG, I mean, I think we all probably think PSG win this in the 90 minutes. So the -1 on the Asian handicap is what we call a free hit, right? As long as they win the game, it's a push at worst. I think there's every chance they win by margin. PSG -1, plus 103. Love that. And kind of similar to what you like, PSG to score in both halves. That's coming in at plus 120. I think there's every chance they can get a goal either side of halftime.
I like that a lot.
Wow. I mean, I wish I could come in here and disagree with you guys and just talk about Chelsea, but it's really hard to find an angle where Chelsea's going to be able to do a lot in this match unless they keep it really tight. I mean, I think that's all they're going to be able to do. PSG's one loss this tournament has been to Botafogo, right? The Brazilian side, they lost that one 1-0. It's the only goal they've given up since that Champions League final that you guys mentioned. They're doing it defensively, and obviously they can do it on the front foot as well, attacking. So if Chelsea can keep it tight, it's a one-game playoff. I mean, anything can happen in a final, but it's really, really hard to see a team like PSG who just absolutely dismantled Bayern Munich. That's the game I look to because to me that was the final, right? That was the two best teams remaining at that point. And you know, this PSG team, they're too good, and they've got the the victory on the horizon here. They've got a historic season if they can just win this game. So I expect them to do it. And going with what you guys said here, halftime, full time, PSG, halftime, full time, plus 130. I think they'll be winning probably at halftime and full time there. So, excuse me, plus 140. So, even better odds there. And yeah, again, I wish I could talk up Chelsea here, but they're a little bit banged up. Moises Caicedo, their sixth in defensive midfield slot. He turned his ankle pretty badly in their last match against Fluminense. I think he'll be out there, but he may be hobbled, and it's just hard for anyone to keep up with this PSG midfield. So if he's going to be injured, I think it's going to be a long day for him.
I fully agree with you. Not having Caicedo 100% might be that's the nail in the coffin for me for Chelsea. I've seen a lot of people talk about how they need to run like a three-man midfield with like Enzo and either Lavia if he's healthy or Andre Santos. I don't see the chemistry being there to keep up with that midfield partnership with Vitinha and João Neves. Let's talk some player props. One that I was hitting pretty regularly with Chelsea, if we were trying to think of a Chelsea thing here, was one Marc Cucurella shot on target. If you could get that not on target, actually one shot in the game. If you could get that at a plus number, he's been taking rips a lot. I would say that I don't mind that, but I kind of feel like PSG are going to pin Chelsea back so far. And be careful with the Cole Palmer props. I think a lot of people will try to tell you to take those. I don't know how much time he's going to have on the ball to get shots. Chelsea saves is one place to look. I don't even have that written down. The two that I wrote down are two that I've been riding for the majority of this tournament, and it's with Hakimi. Score or assist is plus 180. He's hit that in his last 4 games. He's also hit that in his last 7 knockout games for PSG. Like if it's an elimination game for PSG, he's done it in 7 straight games. And a shot on target's even money. He's done that in 6 of 10. He scored in the first like 5 minutes of the Champions League final. That was my best bet for the final. He's a right back. He doesn't play right back. He kind of plays wherever they need him. And I know he would be going up against Cucurella, but he drifts. And when you have Doué, when you have Dembele pulling guys left, right, center, all of those it puts him in a great advantage. Any player props you guys like in particular?
Took the
Well,
words out of my mouth with
Hakimi.
Hakimi. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that Hakimi is something that we have been riding throughout the tournament, but I was kind of hoping the price would be better on this. He hasn't hit it in the last 2 matches, and I kind of thought because of that we might get a better price. I'd like it to be, a little bit plus 110 or better maybe because we were getting some better prices on it. So I was actually looking to his counterpart on the left side of the field because I was stunned to see Nuno Mendes, 1+ shot on target at plus 255. It's too big. He hit 2 in the last game, but he hasn't hit any in the tournament before that. Still, he hits it regularly enough that plus 255 is just too big. I've got to play at least a little bit of a sprinkle on that. In addition, the form that Ruiz is in, you can get him to score or assist at any time at plus 205. I think that's too big. He's been having a really good tournament. And we're going to show Chelsea a little bit of love. Okay. If anyone is going to score or make something happen for Chelsea, it's got to be João Pedro. We got to ride the hot hand. He came in as a sub in the quarterfinal, looked bright, then starts his first match for Chelsea, gets 2 goals, score assist plus 250. That's pretty big. So a little sprinkle on that as well. And then I have one that's not actually a player prop, but Chelsea have hit this in every match of the tournament so far, and PSG have given it up in every match but 2, and that's Chelsea team total over 3.5 corners, minus 113. Can they get 4 corners? I think so, because I expect them to be chasing, and as I say, they've done it in every match at the tournament, so I think it's worth it. It's not too many corners. We can get 4.
I like that. 4 corners that's doable. That's a couple Donnarumma pushes over the bar. That's very doable.
Right.
Devin, you got anything?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was looking at the Ashraf Hakimi one that you mentioned there, Andrew, and you guys, your pricing is so much better than the book I'm looking at right now. I'll tell you, I'm not a big player props guy, but whatever books you guys are using, those are the ones to be on because my God, your prices are great. Plus 180 for a score or assist on Hakimi, that's crazy.
I did some digging this afternoon.
Yeah.
Shop
They do
around always.
fluctuate.
Yeah, they
fluctuate
move
wildly.
They move, and when you see it at a good price, just you gotta jump on that one quick. All right, I teased this parlay earlier. It's at plus 640. PSG money line, which I am hesitant as I'm trying to not put in too many PSG plays. I got them at plus 240 2 games ago to win the tournament. So I'm trying not to like continue to invest at that. But money line over 2.5 goals. And here's the thing. It's seven of the last eight, but eight straight PSG games have ended in a shutout. They got shut out against Botafogo. But their other seven victories in that stretch, they've shut out the opponent. So both teams to score no. PSG money line at over 2.5 goals is plus 640. Um,
Oof.
Nick was telling me you could just parlay PSG team total over 2.5 and both teams to score no. I'm sure you're going to get a similar price. But that's my same game parlay for this one. Should be. I mean, I think we're going to be sweating it a little bit, but I don't know. I also could see just total PSG domination in this one.
I mean, that's a great. I like the way you're thinking with that. It's tough because the one score line that doesn't put in for me is just the 2-0, the PSG 2-0. That would be my concern. But look, I've got a similar one of my best bets is just the both teams to score no on its own plus 120. Obviously, it's not like the big whopper like the plus 640, but and I'll tell you, if you've ever bet that before, it is a terrible, terrible sweat
Oh, I hate it.
because
I hate
it's
it so much. I hate
it's
it
the
so much.
whole game.
I had it in the last two PSG games, and it's just like I hate doing this, but it is what it is. Like I gotta
The value's too good, man, because
exactly.
getting plus money on that for a team that's conceded one goal in this tournament is pretty crazy, and especially in a final, I think it's going to be pretty tight. Um, but yeah, so I think you just play the BTTS no on its own plus 120.
I could not agree more. Yeah, the fact that I got it at like plus 155 in the
Oof.
Bayern game, and I was I was nervous, but
Oh yeah,
we
that must have been a sweat.
we got there in the end. Jordan, any crazy parlays for this one, or you
No,
laying
I
out?
I cut out there. I missed the big parlay. I won't make you repeat it though. I'll catch it later on. But yeah, no big ones for me, guys. I'm just worried here. The old adage, right? Fade the public. Everyone's on PSG. But honestly, it's the only thing stopping us, I think, is just like weird gambling luck because everything, the eye test, the stats, the metrics are on PSG's side. And I mean, I honestly think in a vacuum, this should probably be a much bigger spread. So, got to take it. That's what gambling is, right?
Absolutely. All right, let's close out the show. I've got. Okay, I'm adding an additional leg because we've been hitting the MLS both teams to score parlay, and not that I'm trying to make it harder, but I was actually a little disappointed in the number. Uh, Also, alternate four legs or alternate fourth leg, but three legs plus 220. We'll start with it. The Hell is Real Derby, Ohio. Cincinnati are taking on Columbus. 8 of the last 11 games between these two head to head have gone both teams to score. Cincinnati, three straight, 13 of their 21 in MLS. Columbus, it's 16 of their 21 and 11 of their last 12 games have gone both teams to score. So I think we'll get it there. Jump to a team that I love betting both teams to score on. It's Chicago. 18 of their 23 games this year have been both teams to score. They're taking on San Diego. San Diego is hitting four straight and 12 of their 21. And we close with Minnesota as they take on another favorite, San Jose. Minnesota 13 of 24, 7 games straight. San Jose 18 of their 24, 6 games straight. Defense is optional in MLS, as we all know. And the alternate leg, and I am worried about this because Austin FC are taking on New England. Brandon Vasquez went down with a pretty killer injury in the U.S. Open Cup in the middle of the week. But Austin, 10 of their 23. New England, it's 11 of 22, but it's four straight. And we saw Austin give up goals to Miami in the middle of the week, or not Miami, whoever they played in the Open Cup that I think they got eliminated with. But Austin are
San
taking on New England.
Jose.
Yeah, it might have been. It was San Jose. It was San
Yeah.
Jose. But that gets you up to plus 437 for a four leg, both teams to score parlay, plus 220 for the regular. We've hit this in back to back weeks, feeling good. These MLS games, a lot of goals. Love that. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for us. We are probably gonna take a little bit of a break here. I don't know how much MLS we're gonna be diving into the next couple weeks, but we'll be back soon as we get ready for all the European season. So we'll start doing some previews, looking at futures, looking at player props, and trying to decide which of these teams you can actually make some money on with futures because you sure as hell can't do it with Bayern Munich, with PSG,
Right.
and a few of these other leagues. I feel like Barcelona's, you're going to be lucky to find them at better than minus 120 to win the league. But yeah, thank you guys so much for jumping on. You guys are going to see me on the reverse angle. We're doing a home and home here, but go follow at the Soccer Sharps. Go check out their YouTube. All the links are in the bio if you're looking for more stuff. Another great place for gambling resources on our favorite beautiful game. Until, well, I would say next week, but I'll see you guys soon. Let's have a great weekend. Let's have a great final. Bet responsibly. Best of luck. We'll see you soon.